Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am playing the Lord of the Rings Online. We are going to be questing in Mordor Besieged, but right as I started the stream, I realized I'm having audio issues getting the in-game audio working, so I just quickly need to change that to my USB device. And there we go, should hear the game sounds now. Okay, so now that I've got that fixed a little bit, what I'm going to be doing today, I think I mentioned returning to my Warden and going through Mordor Besieged. As a reminder, with this character, since it's been such a long time since I played it, I am focusing, at least trying to focus on the book quest, and we'll basically see how that goes. I'm not sure I'll get really quite enough XP to get all the way to 130 just from Minas Morgul content, but there's a ton of extra level 130 content that I can do on this character now that we have it on Anor. So yeah, that is the general outlook for this character, but for today, focusing on the book quest here in Mordor Besieged and perhaps getting to the Morgul Vale, which is the bigger zone of the ones that were added in the Minas Morgul expansion. And yeah, it's been a very long time since I last streamed. There were actually a couple days that I was hoping to, but never got around to it. The first was going to be, let's see, I had a couple days that I wanted to play my minstrel, but also the anniversary event. I wanted to do one more day returning to that and kind of just doing some finishing up type things. And the other was going to be with the reward track. This reward track, we're on season 2, and it will last, it looks like 3 months about, until we get the new season after this one. But also what's new with this reward track is going to be cosmetics. That's actually one of the reasons, if anybody watched the video when I talked about the reward track coming, you all might remember I mentioned actually saving heritage runes if you don't need to spend them. I think this season is a good highlight of why you may want to save those. If you are interested in the rewards for the LI track, then, or if you already have enough LI XP, saving the heritage runes could be useful for you to get one-time rewards that are in like a particular season that are only available for a limited time. I also realize I'm just like looking at this map riding around Mordor Besieged and I have no idea where I need to go. We have to go to Adambel. I could have just taken a swift travel there, but sometimes it's fun to just ride your war steed while rambling on. So yeah, for this server, I actually used all my heritage runes though, going kind of opposite what I was talking about. But the reason I used all those is because my characters were at the like pretty optimal levels to go ahead and use them. But yeah, with this season, I actually don't know what all the cosmetics look like. I forget what all there is. There's a Hobbit emote, I believe, something like that. I don't know if it's actually called Hobbit. Yep, here it is, Dance Hobbit 3. That dance is going to be in the reward track, and then there's some other things. There might be a mount. For some reason I was thinking there was a donkey. That would not be a mount, but that would be a pet. Alabaster, I believe that's already been in the game. Yep, the mountaineering donkey, that one actually looks pretty neat to me. So all that stuff to look forward to this season. I'm a little bit mixed feelings, to be honest, about a reward track having one-time rewards, because it puts a little bit of extra pressure on having it be only available in a season. But then on the other hand, it makes the reward track season feel a little bit more special and like worth participating in, and just makes it a little bit more exciting. I honestly could be a fan of them expanding the reward track to be outside of allies. We're seeing things like Figments of Splendor already, Embers of Enchantment, and now some extra cosmetic things, but just expanding the reward track in general, especially to characters below level 50, I think could be interesting. Oh, looks like I had a dot on. Okay, so next quest, we have to travel east. This is 11.7 Anarian's Guess. So we're bringing a message to 3 people, it looks like. And yeah, fields east of Adambel, and then we have to defeat beasts and servants of Sauron. So basically any enemy, just 16 enemies in this zone on the way there. And hello, Hunsu. Unfortunately, no cat, but actually there is a cat. I don't think she is at all visible on the camera, but she's somewhere that the camera sees. Yeah, I can't. She's probably there. Ever since I built that little cat hut, let's see, it would be this way. Right there, she just like, it's her new spot. And I say built a cat hut, what I really mean is I put blankets around a box and made it comfy. This building it's probably my favorite Mordor building. It is Mordor Besieged, but of everything Mordor related, that's probably my favorite. It's also in a dreary rainy day in game. It was raining in Bree as well. Also, as an outlook for this stream, I haven't talked about this yet, but since I'm starting the stream early, as it seems like a few of my recent streams, recent-ish at best, streams have been, I will probably be trying to wrap this up, I don't know, maybe 7 o'clock? My cats do like to try to sleep on clothes, that is true, but yes, they actually use some of those spaces that I put together for them. One thing with this character is I was actually hoping during the 15th anniversary to get more XP, because festivals are oddly a great time to boost your character level a little bit. That's another thing I obviously did not get around to doing. I did a little bit of the festival, got enough. Well, did enough at least to get the cosmetic set that I'm wearing, which I still need to... I need to dye the cosmetic set, first of all, and second of all, I need to find a matching Warden Javelin pack, but because this is my new cosmetic set, that's what I'll go ahead and use today. Here's this guy hiding in the bushes. Not sure you can hide much in these bushes when they're dead like that. At least they're not too ugly. I thought actually about putting Aragorn in the thumbnail. I just reused one of the old thumbnails I had of this character, a screenshot, but he was wearing a pretty similar outfit to that, the old Gondorian outfit and the such. Hello, Chelina? I am still, even after all these years-ish, not good with names. It's crazy with Mordor Besieged. This was when I came back in late 2020 to playing LOTRO, or more mid 2020, but this zone was, I don't know if it's quite by far, but it was easily my favorite zone in a very, very long time in the game. I'm thinking probably since Great River. This was my favorite zone since then. I do think for zones after Mordor Besieged, I probably enjoyed War of Three Peaks even more. And as far as comparing, that'd actually be interesting to compare. Yep, Curveru, I remember seeing those messages. They've been there since I've logged in. Unfortunately, I'm not high enough level. I would actually be happy to join that run just because those raids are fun to me, but especially tier 1's pretty. I assume they're doing tier 1. I would have to assume, but I would actually be interested in that if this character were 130. Those were... The thing about those two raids is they were both fairly short, and they were relatively easy. What am I doing? Oh, I need to defeat more enemies. That's actually an odd thing for this character. I remember now, I was looking, back when I was doing this the first day, I was looking at the LOTRO wiki to make sure I could get all the black chest thingies, rare Mordor chests, whatever they're called, to make sure I could get all those and get like all the exploration deeds done at least, because those are fairly easy, and I assume the book quests, like while the zone quests would line up with them even more, the book quests would still do a little bit. There we go, I can go into this camp. I am oddly... I know today I'm playing the Warden, I decided to. I was debating between Minstrel and Warden, but I know when I have streamed, I've played Minstrel a lot, and I kind of wanted to get back to Warden, so I thought I would sort of make myself play the Warden today. I really enjoy the character, but I actually quickly find myself missing my Minstrel already. It's really crazy how much fun I have been having on the Minstrel. Oh wow, they've been looking to group for that a couple of days. That's one thing with the Nor and the relatively low population is, in my experience, it can be a bit iffy getting groups for things like that. Hopefully they can eventually get that run. How did I fix error 5? Gave you could not patch file 64. I am actually not sure. I just... Let's see, probably 45 minutes ago. I think it was right around 4 o'clock Central Time. I booted up the launcher and I updated. Or the launcher updated and it just worked for me. It is impossible that any errors you were receiving is because the servers were down. I think that was today. Actually, I have no idea. That could have been yesterday. No, I think that would have been today. I've been, as y'all have probably seen, not streamed much recently, which means I haven't played LOTRO much recently, and I haven't been keeping up with everything. I also did see that some people have had issues with antivirus with either this particular patch or it's just something I've heard a lot about recently. So I did see some things on that. Oh, I guess I decided to do these zone quests. That's okay. So I remember running into this camp, and then I just started clicking things. That's a thing sometimes, though, with LOTRO. I just, like, turn my mind off. That can be a good thing about games, but... But I remember when I was originally starting through this zone, I was just going to do the... I usually kill enemies or really quick side quests, because I just wanted to... Wouldn't mind getting the little bit of extra XP, but with this character and interests I have for the relatively limited time I will have to play level 130 content, I wanted to make sure I got to Wells of Langblood, since I have already played through Mordor Besieged. As much fun as it is, I would rather try to do new stuff than replay this. Well, sometimes it's fun to just replay things. Okay, so what I did want to do was go to the LOTRO wiki and find where all the rare Mordor chests, rare chests of Mordor Besieged. Perfect. And there should be a map here. Yes, there is. So there is one chest in this location. And I figure I might as well destroy the rest of the tents. We already have 5 and now 6 of them. Just gotta find 2 more Black Numenorians. And then we can return to Adambel to talk to an Aryan. Okay, 2 tents over here, and I believe, looking at the map, that the black chest is probably here. Excuse me, the hiccups. I just ate a snack. That was basically what I was waiting to start this stream on. So I think that is, as usual, giving me hiccups. And yeah, running as admin, or looking into the, as you said, let us play, looking into your exceptions, I guess, for Avast. feel like my camera sensitivity is high, but that could just be me not playing in a long while. Okay, I got the rare chest, right? Oh. A little bit slow on kin chat. I think they sent that message when I logged in, which would have been a decent bit ago now. Okay, one more tent and still looking for 2 Númenórean. Black Númenóreans, that would be. I don't have many. Oh, I could do XP boost. Okay, so I have a lot of options to get XP. I was just thinking I have tons of XP boosts on the server that I don't really usually use. I have, oh wow, I have at least 21. I might even have even more on other characters, and I, of course, have my barter wallet, can get a bunch of perks for extra enhanced XP. So I still think I am making good progress with getting this character leveled up enough while just doing the Black Book of Mordor to at least start Wells of Lingflood. I think ideally I would go ahead and be 136 when I start Wells of Lingflood, at the least. I don't know, 5 levels seems somewhat reasonable from mostly book quests. And yeah, as I mentioned, Hansu, I figured it was a good time to change things up. I know typically with YouTube viewership, on my streams, if I just do something over and over, even if it's like a progressing thing, not just like running the same instances and dailies over and over, but playing one character, doing one type of content over and over, viewership tends to drop. Lately, that would have been great if I could have like just made a ton of videos the past few weeks because of how much LOTRO has been blowing up with not only the 15th anniversary and all those gifts, but also the monetization update. Yondershire, which I still have not quested in, just have not been in the mood for that one. And I'm still working. I probably mentioned this even 2 months ago. I feel like that's when I started working on it, but the leveling guide, I was preparing that before we even knew anything about the monetization update, or it might have been after we knew about that, but yeah, I started preparing that video a long while ago and still need to get it done, maybe this weekend. I think one of the issues with that video is that it got a little bit bigger than anticipated. So originally I was just planning on making a video going through the zones by level, because a lot of there aren't even a lot, but some of the popular sources for that information aren't quite the most accurate. Where is this guy? I feel like I should be standing like right on top of him. Oh, there he is. Wait, is it just me or is his name different? It is different. This is a different guy. Oh, they went to Urgent Council, Anarian. So now we get to talk to Terendil, who will have me talk to Viamachil? And they're at Dingarth, which I can take a swift travel to. Yeah, I could separate the video. So originally, as I mentioned, the video was supposed to just be the zones by level and actually be a relatively short video. But then I started talking about the thing with the leveling guide is I honestly have no idea how to do it as well. So I started to include just extra information, things like important things to look out for while leveling, which is really just trait points and virtue XP. but also talking about why they're important and where they come from. On Virtue XP, of course, being deeds, and then other reasons you might want to complete deeds, and then you get into reputation and just all sorts of things like that. I also think there are some unlocks. There are some gates that you have to do specific things for, which are often more convenient to do while you level. Things like not Mordor. Well, Mordor, that is actually one to get regular into Mordor. You gotta do the book 4, chapter 11, whatever it is. Don't know exactly what it is, but you have to do that. That like leads into the Black Book of Mordor. I don't think I actually want any of these pieces, but I will briefly consider this one and turn it down. Okay. I don't want that because its stats aren't really good. I don't need critical defense, I don't need resist rating, and even as far as vitality goes, my boots almost have as much. And then they offer critical rating, which I prefer to defense, and similar agility. But yeah, Mirkwood, that's the one I was thinking to. As far as I know, there aren't actually any loopholes to get into Mirkwood without doing the intro there. Same with Moria and doing legendary items. With trait points, there's also the class deeds, class quests, making sure you hit all those. So that is how the video blew up. I was not intending for it to be that type of stuff, so I'm thinking I might actually split it into multiple videos. If I did really detailed videos on like 1 to... I would maybe do it 1 to 50, then 50 to 95. But yeah, if I wanted to do something like very detailed within the levels, that could be an option. And I figure now would be a great time for a leveling guide as well, which is kind of... me not getting that done is maybe a bit ironic because of all the new players, even returning players. Would be quite useful. Okay. I have way too many cosmetics in my inventory. Armor of 3 peaks. Why do I have that on this character? Armor of 3 peaks, I honestly can just destroy that one. These ones I can always reclaim if I lose them. Yeah, I think I see a couple players. Hobbits. There is Hunter. They're on level. And a Hunter. Wait, Burko and Burka. Neat.
See, it is as I thought all along. Make your preparations. Tell me when you are ready to...
Oh, enhancement runes. Probably should go ahead and open these. Help free up some inventory space at the very least. Can't open the rare Mordor treasure yet. How about now? Nope. Traceries. I might as well save these boxes if I don't immediately need traceries. For all I know, I could immediately need traceries. No, I think this character is actually set up pretty well with 121 traceries because I did my last disenchants. Well, actually, I have a few that aren't 121. I don't know, it's actually... The only reason I would want to save these is potentially if I get enough traceries to fill everything out without having to open these non-level specific ones. Oh, that's only a tracery token anyway. Well, I still could save that for 131, but yeah, there we go. Have a bunch of... I'll open these at 130, but have a few level 130 boxes of armor. Matham Hunters won't use. Have a whole bunch of carryalls. Oh, wow. I forgot about all these carryalls. I have 3 small crafting carryalls. I think I have a large one on this character as well. I got medium essence and task. I got large task, large... Is this one on auto gather? It is. How about essence and... Oh yeah, this doesn't take as many enhancement runes, or doesn't take many enhancement runes, so that would be one issue with it. Oh yeah, so that would be however many parts of the video I already talked about. That would also be another part of the video where Scanty. I feel like I totally butchered that name, but anyway, That was another thing that I was thinking about doing is like what route would I usually use for my own characters to level them. Of course, I tried to hit everything and go different ways with different characters, but yeah. I don't feel like a corgi matches this character. Also, my damage is starting to get into the crazy territory. There's one spot freed up. I wonder if my shared storage, that has a few spaces left. What could I even put there? Wait. Oh, I already have that. I wonder if I did reclaim on something and why I would have done that on this character, because I got a few duplicates there. Things I already had. Wait, what's this? Oh, yeah, I don't want that either. Okay, well, that's a lot of inventory spaces if I just destroy this stuff while I pay attention. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, I'm on food. Huh. Oh, were we choosing? I didn't see anything that made it seem like I had to choose which specific one. Oh, quests. I did not know you could actually get these while you're in the instance. That's pretty neat. I wonder if they... Yeah, it looks like you can get credit for them. Oh, here's some lag. I wonder how the other servers have been doing. Again, I haven't been paying too much attention the past 10 days or so, but after the anniversary, more like past couple weeks, but yeah, after the actual anniversary festival and event, I wonder how the servers have been doing. If a bunch of people have been sticking around, which would be great, or if things have been dwindling down a little bit, maybe not back to normal. Got some good stuff from my Hobbit gifts. And I guess ultimately wondering a little bit how the lag is doing. It's kind of hard to judge on a Nor because we've gotten a couple lag spikes or a few lag spikes like that before, but I'm doubting it's as bad as other servers. Especially not as bad as I've heard from other people. They're pretty neat outfits. They don't have the most detailed textures. The orcs look a lot more detailed than them, but even up close, like the quality dwindles down a little bit. Should be getting screenshots. Oh. I don't even know why I tried to use Range Resounding Challenge. So for Arkenstone, no worse than usual. That's good. I feel like I should know what Gerzul is. At first it sounds like an insult. I am not dying for some Gersiel witch, but I'm guessing it's a specific type of witch type deal going on here. Now what I'm actually wondering a little bit, is this the Uradani that we see in Mordor that's more flame-like? I feel like the shield looks a little bit odd. I kind of forgot about that. I guess it depends how I dye this armor. I've forgotten at this point. Oh, not a fan of red. I think I even remember looking at that. Oh yeah, black looks pretty neat. I used to dye a lot of my armor black, but have gone a bit away from that. Rose doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Not a big fan of gray. I was looking actually for white. I feel like for certain characters, especially for people that like that, white could look really nice with this. Even the wash color doesn't look too bad. And as usual, I think I don't dislike Evandin blue. Not a big fan of Iradluin blue actually. Wouldn't mind a little bit darker. Where did I see? I thought when I was looking at this that purple doesn't look bad. Even Rivendell green doesn't look bad. But I thought I saw another blue. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking Rivendell green if I wanted a green outfit for this character maybe.
I've been looking everywhere.
Hello, Pedro from Peru. I think that might be the first time I remember somebody being from Peru. That's pretty neat. Oh, we have a page here. 12.1. I wonder if that means we are going to Morgul Vale. Not quite. It seemed odd because we haven't even gotten towards Barad-dûr. I don't think we go to Barad-dûr. Oh, boss, you played this quest line just like an hour ago. It's, for me at least, it's a fun one. Although this part's not quite as fun. I can pick up these quests, but I'm not sure I'm going to do them all. But if I'm just running around gathering things in town, is it that much of a big deal to gather a few more things? Sort of, because that is the time-consuming stuff, but... See a bunch of rings up here to the northeast.
I have sent for you to assist in the fortification of Dingarth.
Liquid Pixel, you said he resubbed after like 7 years.
Do you know aught about
That's a long time away from LOTRO, but unless you mean subscribe to me. But anyway, you're level 81 and have no clue what to even do. First, I would recommend getting your legendary item set up because that is a feature after level 50 and with the revamp system. But general direction, what do you say level 81 is? Perhaps find where you were on the book quest, which would be, if I can work this map, probably somewhere in Eastern Rohan at that level. And going back there. Something some people recommend, and I could agree with, is also if you are a little bit overwhelmed with your character and class, maybe just trying to start a new character to get the hang of the game again at least. Oh, we really have to do a lot here. Forget how this character's virtue XP is going. Oh yeah, and also within 7 years they have revamped the virtue system. But for this character, it looks like I am set with earning Valor. I could keep Loyalty as my selected one, and all my leftovers should dump appropriately.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, I like the virtue system a lot better than the old one as well. I think same with the LI system. That one seems to actually be a little bit more controversial. I think some people, or at least dislike certain parts of the new system, which is understandable. The new one, you have to replace stuff instead of just upgrade stuff when new content comes out, new level caps, etc. There's also, yeah, the increased like grind at endgame associated with that, but if you hadn't kept up with your LI and had to do it all from the start, that's where the old one was really bad, or doing it with alts and the such. But this one, it's significantly harder to get a completely maxed out LI. For me, I think in what I do in the game, the new system is perfectly fine. But I still think it could be better. My biggest thing, I've talked about this, is the amount of power in LIs. Like, the weapon itself already contributes significantly to your character through either DPS for like a physical character or tactical damage rating for tactical, and then there's also the things like yeah, healing rating, and
War will come.
well, there's tactical damage, tactical healing, there's the weapon DPS, and then I think there is some like incoming healing on some of them maybe, but anyway, that stuff is already really impactful for your character, and just some traceries are, I guess, to me, a little bit too impactful. I would rather see that type of stuff or that huge boost in your traits or just passive to your character or something. So it looks like Avast was the issue of where you let us. Glad you got it fixing, or glad you got it fixed. And then, Aaron, I think I started reading your comment, but you said you started playing towards the end of the anniversary. Glad you got in before the anniversary ended and all that stuff. And yeah, a lot of people have complimented the story with this game. I personally enjoy, actually, a lot of the non-book quests and more zone quests, but book quests are pretty good. Story-wise, I think sometimes the gameplay elements of them can be relatively boring, is my personal problem with that, but not everybody is that way with them. And that's also not always the case for me, even. For example, I think a lot of the Legacy of Durin book quests I actually do enjoy. Also, one problem with the lower level ones is there's a lot of back and forth. While again, the story elements are there, it's just sometimes slow and annoying to go through, especially if you already have played through it once. Anyway, don't mean to be complaining about the story, but I'm glad my videos have been helpful with that.
Battle is upon us.
Yeah, so in short, what the new ally system is, you can trade in your old allies, essentially trade in. It's not actually like trading in, but if you go, it's going to take a second to get to, but if you go to this thing and then go to legendary items, it's no longer shift I. You can, there's going to be a appraise item button on the bottom right. You can do that, appraise them, and that'll give you some resources to start out in the new system. And then there is the Archive of Traceries in Rivendell. That's in Elrond's library house, last homely house. I would recommend, I made a guide video that goes through that a whole lot better than that, but that's the general gist of it, is you can get resources from your old allies and use them to get started in the new system. And if you're just starting the new ally system fresh, like if you're level 50 and just got through Walls of Moria, there's my other hand. That is not me moving the character, that is this cat. I realized my character was not going where I wanted it to go. I don't know what she expects to accomplish just spinning my character around though. But yeah, if you're starting the new ally system fresh, like just doing the Walls of Moria, then you will get allies like you used to, but they'll be for the new system and you'll get a little bit of resources for them. That would actually be probably my second biggest complaint about the new ally system, would be the introduction to it. I don't think it's extremely bad or anything, or like a significant downside of the new system, but I feel like that could be done better. It has been a while since this cat has been able to bother and interrupt the streams. I think she missed it. And miss making my nose itch. Oh yeah, I'm looking for some reason I'm looking for rings on the mini-map and I need to interact with items. We have 2 more provisions. We have 1 more sword. Oh yeah, wasn't I at the grindstone? I would have sharpened one on the grindstone. And then we have... Yeah, that's probably... I have a turn-in up here, but that's probably the bulk of what I wanted to do here. I could respect the Fallen, but...
These walls will have to do for now.
Oh. I didn't even realize I started... I had this person, the new recruit, to follow me around. Now that I summon him, I actually remember it being that way when I originally went through this. Okay, 1 more turn in, but it's not actually at one of those 3 guys. I think I have to sharpen the swords, and it looks like maybe a turn in up here.
Prepare for battle. Listen well to my orders.
I got something up. Oh, reputation, that would be it. Headed northeast. Oh yeah, I have to sharpen the swords as well. Which is, according to the map, it looks like that's actually back up somewhere northeast-ish as well. Oh yeah, right up here.
Let me see those weapons. Yes, these are not bad at all.
Okay, looks like, Tad, you got your question answered, but yeah, to get all the bag slots into a single bag, you can go to the cogwheel at the top left, and then from the individual bags, drag these into however you want to set them yourself. And then Vincenar, you are wondering, what server has the largest population? I think technically Evernight does, but that's probably more populated at EU time since it's labeled as an EU server. And I say labeled because all the servers are technically located in the Northeast US. As far as NA servers, though, oh, there's another cat. As far as NA servers, I think Arkenstone might be, but Brandywine and yeah, probably Brandywine is then another higher population one. I don't know if it's redistributed at all as far as like newer players joining certain servers more or preferring certain servers over others. Okay, so how am I doing on the book quest? Also, oh, I need to take the supplies to the... yeah, way down there. And I need to assist Hildbar, which is... I actually don't know who gave that to me, but anyway. We have the book quest. That is supposed to be my focus here. We're going to deliver the abandoned weapons. Oh, we actually do need to talk to somebody. So of all the people I've just spun around in the city looking to talk to, it has not been the guy to advance the book quest. Oh, and here's another turn-in? Nope, not quite turn-in, but oh, there's something here. Prepare myself. I think they need to better prepare themselves next time. So we get to remind the people here about... oh, this is another combat. Well, before we, or after we do this little training, I need to remind the men of the Alliance, okay, about the Sword of Elendil and the Spear of Gilgalad. I am interested in the Spear of Gilgalad. Oh, looks like there's another group. I don't know if it's a different one or people that were in the last one that was at like 8 out of 12 for a while. Searching this time for Fall of Khazad-dûm. I guess I've already reminded enough people about the sword. Can't go reminding him about it. I'm guessing the Sword of Elendil. We had to talk to Race of Man. I see one cat. There's another cat that came out, but don't know where she went.
I have learned there is to be a council of the kings. There are limits to Isildur's even-handedness.
Okay, so for the book quest, we need to head far east. We need to get a badge from, okay, Orc Patrol Leader, Mordorum, and an Easterling.
We fight for a better day.
I'm guessing that, honestly, any of those could be decent options. I'm actually going to go to the Far Camp. I forget what that's called. Barthos, probably, yeah. Could be Barthos, but it could also be Bartos. And then head west. Really don't know on this server what to do with all these crafting carryalls, all the small ones. Think about the small carryalls as they are helpful, definitely, but they're small. Like, holding 10 things is better than It's like one inventory slot for 10 things versus one inventory slot for one thing. But distributing that for different characters, I'm not quite sure what character might want to just hold 9 extra things. Let's see. I don't know if I need to kill anybody specifically in this one, but since it's the first little circle area on the map, not quite much of a circle, but oh, I got the badge from Easterling, and that's what I was wondering, if Easterlings were only in this area. Really don't remember. I thought there were also some more Easterlings down there, but maybe none of them have badges. Yeah, Robert, that is actually a good point when choosing server. Maybe the highest population isn't necessarily going to be your best choice, depending on your interests and what type of community you want. I don't think any particular server has like a bad community or anything, but I know Langerval is often described as being really great community and has some more roleplay type stuff. Hey, here's a patrol leader. Except that's one I actually already got. We have to find Mordor. I'm hopeful. As far as the rare chests, I think I still need a couple in Amon Fuin. I don't think I've gone there yet. Dolneg and then Imendwer and a couple things in the east that I can't quite see. 3 somewhat nearish Barad-dûr, but on the far eastern side. I don't think you can actually go to Barad-dûr in Mordor Besieged. Yeah, I remember that server. Never played there, but at least I remember it existing. Oh, I'm probably not going to do all these side quests. Although I could defeat trolls, and I think I went here, didn't I? I'm actually not entirely sure. Oh, that's a bounty quest. That's why I would have it. Okay. So I think I did get the rare chest here, but I should have a couple more in Amon Fuin. Yeah, I should have like 7 more by my estimates. There's an exploration deed we can check if that's correct. Imlad Morgul. They include Mordor Besieged and Imlad Morgul. Yep, 3 more rare chests. Perfect. Which means I've only gotten 3. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm looking for a badge of Mordor. I'm hopeful, so I have to go right back where I was. Oh wow, you forgot about this game and have a lifetime account. With a lifetime account, you're pretty much always set with LOTRO. Okay, I'm technically in the area where Mordor I'm hopeful could be. But I think I have to go probably south. And I don't know who has them. A patrol leader, we already killed a few of them. I don't know defilers. And I also don't know if it's just a enemy called like Mordor hopeful. Probably not, but who knew? There is a... No, that's... Am I looking at the wrong quest? I am looking at the wrong quest. That would be my issue right now. That definitely happens sometimes with the map and the quest tracker, but I don't know if I was just looking at the wrong color the whole time or if something switched colors, which has happened before. I'll have like one quest that is, say red, for example, and then I'll just do some things, and then I'll look at the map, like try to continue that same quest that was red, but I'll look at the map and whatever quest is now red is a totally different one. Also should maybe pay attention to my health a little bit. Yeah, the lifetime account, after all these years, that is some insane value. Also, what is all this stuff in my mailbox? Oh, Virtue XP? That's right, a whole bunch of Virtue XP from all those free Valors and all these random things. Oh, full inventory. Cattails. Barely. Ah, Mordor, I'm hopeful. Perfect. Hopefully this guy remembered to bring his badge into work today. And now we need to bring them to the dude in Adam Bell. I think I have a side quest to kill Solok. Get their meat or something. They look like they have plenty of meat. Okay, I should probably, while we're traveling, look at my inventory again. Oh no. My shared storage has a bunch of random stuff, so hopefully legacy tier upgrade. That's the most random thing to have sent to this character in the mail. We're about to run into stuff. Hold up. Okay, gotta navigate on the worsted while looking at my inventory to try and do that. Oh, you can actually do that. I'm moving perfectly. We're going to head west while the cat bumps into the microphone and probably gives you all rattling noises.
I am impressed. I hope this works. It must. I have shown our trophies to the guard, and he at least will allow us inside.
Okay, so Virtue XP. I know there are some 10% Virtue XP boosts coming up. That's probably what I would want to save these for. Also when I'm higher level and can actually use more Virtue XP. But I suppose it's good that they're on this character now. It looks like I saved a lot with that one. These are like small potatoes compared to that, but 350,000 and then 60,000, so 410. Plus 60 more. So 470,000 Virtue XP for this character. Unfortunately, that's not going to be just like 470 Virtue levels. Although I think at the start, they only cost 1,000 Virtue XP or take 1,000 Virtue XP to get a rank up. I think it eventually slows down, and I even think at higher levels, 2,000 Virtue XP isn't even enough to give one level, which is kind of crazy. That is one thing I would like to see with the Virtue system, though, is they have been doing a good job on this, but continuing to have more ways to get Virtue XP. I think missions were a big help, but then a lot of the new stuff doesn't have missions anymore. Hopefully they go back to missions. They were in a bit of a weird state, I think, where they sometimes felt like a little bit too much quantity over quality, but... Oh, I guess I should talk to Gil-galad. High King Gil-galad, rather. Is that his spear? Interesting. don't mean to be rude to him or anything, but that ain't the best looking spear to me. Not that I'm much of one to talk. I don't think my spears on this character look great. Let's see, cosmetically for this outfit I have the good old... Oh, I thought that was the orc skewer. But I have this random westernist make spear. And then the javelin is... I think the javelin is the weakest thing in my outfit. And besides the mismatch, random red shield, Warden's javelin pack on the back, and miscolored outfit. My foot is itching like I got a bug bite. I also had my first gnat of the year inside. So, summer's beginning. Hey, there's a cat on the correct spot for the cat game. Hello to Super Jesse, but you said you found my videos last week. Glad you found my videos, and glad you came back to the game. You played, had the hot new expansion of Mines of Moria. Wow, that was quite a while ago. There are definitely a lot of differences in the game since then. I don't feel like I kind of match anybody. Like I could go here. That's a fancy circlet. Very bright. I think a cat just opened the curtains. I don't really blame her. It's a little bit rainy earlier, but pretty sunny now. Bright out there. Seems kind of odd that I don't want my curtains open because of lighting, even though they let in so much light, but that is the problem. It just like totally throws off the light balance. Like usually if I'm just here at my desk, I'll have the curtains open, of course, but definitely the best lighting for having a face cam. Wonder if she's watching anything specific. Not that I can see. All I can see is cat hair stuck on my nose and making my nose itchy. And cat hair in my mouth. That's what happens when she... Oh, there's... Okay, yeah, that's what happens when the cats come up here, though. I kind of feel like I would be allergic to cats, which I might even be a little bit, but I think it's just the physical contact with their fur in my face. It makes it itchy. Like cat fur is getting stuck on my nose. So on Friday, I think my can is finally planning an event for the first time in what feels like 2 or 3 months. Actually, more like 2 months. But Potentially Minas Morgul instances. It's a little bit iffy because a lot of us are lower level, but I think you can at least run them lower level. I'm not sure if there's a level requirement for unlocking a lot of them. I know naturally, like leveling and questing through the zone, Imlad Morgul specifically, you will get them spread out a little bit, but yeah, that's one of the great things with the Minas Morgul expansion was the instances. And even though they eventually did add instances and had them fit into the zone quest, I still feel like that was probably my biggest disappointment with Gundabad. Especially considering how big the landscape area was. I think that's perhaps even one reason they didn't have as many instances. Whatever resources they could have spent making instances, they made landscape content. I don't know that they would even have the same people doing landscape content as instance content. But if there was a trade-off there, maybe that is what happened. Oh boy, this is a long instance. Bored? If I didn't have other stuff to pay attention to. I always talk about this, but I guess I can reiterate it here. I don't necessarily dislike the story that's going on in quests like these, but the reason I find them boring is mainly because it's just like progressively reading text that goes quite slow. Like I can read the "if the tunnels lead where you say it may enable me to reach the Oath Stone." I can read it even quicker than I say it. And then it takes a while for like the next thing to pop up, so it's just slow progression. And I think I mentioned this before, but if it was like voice acted, that would be probably quite expensive with these things, but that would help me pay attention a little bit more. Although with streaming, that isn't always necessarily the best thing even. But hello, Raindog, you said, oh, glad you have liked all the great info in my videos. You said you played LOTRO before you went free to play in 2009. And yeah, definitely a great time to return. I want to turn down if Standing Stone Games wanted to pay me. Hello, Black Ice 1029. Can't ever leave out the numbers. And Sulu, I don't think I commented, Sulu9, I don't think I commented on your You Love Moria comment, but yeah, hopefully I can get back to that on my minstrel. If there's time, I might today. And I say that as I'm realizing I'm actually getting somewhat close to being done here with Mordor Besieged. So I might switch to my minstrel and do some of Foundations of Stone at least. I'm actually still not 100% decided on if I want to just go straight to Inadwaith on my minstrel, but if I did play it today, it would be probably Foundations of Stone. But what I was thinking was that if I got to Imlad Morgul, also known as Morgul Vale, as far as I know they're the same thing. I guess I can double check because it has been a while. Yeah, Imlad Morgul and Morgul Vale. But once I get there on this character, I can wait to start it for another day and just start it fresh when I go there. And then with any leftover time I could play my minstrel a little bit was the intention there. And as far as yeah, if the movies were like this, they would still be in Rivendell. I think that is entirely true. Oh wow, we finished it. There's another one. As far as instances that stand out to me that are like that, there's probably a bunch in Rohan. I think there's a bunch in Rohan that are slightly shorter, so they add up to be a lot, but the individual ones aren't horrible. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so there's one in Endoith that is also really long, but you have to, I think at some point, fight a mob or something. I forget exactly how it goes because it's so long I just stop paying attention every time. I forget if there's like a traitor or something, or if there's a prisoner, or I have no idea. A bad birthday? That's bad. Oh, Baradur. Oh wow, that is way up northeast. I honestly don't remember having to go that far up there, but let's go. Maybe I'll take a swift travel.
Prepare for battle.
To Barthost, whatever you want to call it. And then as far as Yondershire being tied to the main storyline, it's definitely not directly tied to the main storyline because Yondershire was added much after they added all that stuff with the main storyline. And it's more of just an alternative zone with side quests and the such. Zone quests, as I like to call them. So yeah, mainly alternative for leveling and just a new area to explore and quest through and experience the zone story, which I have not done. And I have not played through Yondershire yet, so I don't know how the pace of it is for leveling. It's a pretty big zone. I could imagine traveling, I mean, Bree's probably even bigger, but it does have a lot of land with it. And it is only level 23. The quests are only level 23 as far as I remember. Could be 20 to 23. Was it? I actually forget, but I thought it was all 20 to 23. 20 to 23 sounds more right. Essentially, it kind of fills a gap between Bree and North Downs, actually. And with LOTRO, I know you get a whole ton of XP from questing, and you actually outlevel a lot of zones as you quest through them. Outlevel the quests as you quest through the zones, if I can ever get my words right. Essentially, your leveling pace tends to be faster than the progression of quest level, and it's usually not an issue, I would say, to jump straight from Bree. If you do all the stuff in Bree, if you go straight from Bree to North Downs, it's probably not even usually an issue. You might start North Downs a little bit under level, but North Downs has a ton of stuff in a relatively small level range. I think it's 24 to 30, if I remember correctly. And then you also have Lonelands for that level. If I'm remembering correctly, Lonelands might be 21 or 22. It could be 20. I forget if they updated that, but I think it used to be 22 at least. It still could be, but usually considered like a 20 to 32 zone. The thing with zones in LOTRO, especially older ones, is they don't always end or start on nice numbers like multiples of 5 or multiples of 10. So it's not like you have 1 to 10 zone, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, etc. What was I doing down here? I came down here for a reason. Oh, yikes, there's the... Yep, that ain't good. I'm surprised he ran away. I expected more from the Gloom of Nirn. Okay, so the reason I wanted to go down here, though, was to not run into the Gloom of Nirn, although that was kind of exciting. I needed some danger in this character's life. Things have been a little bit... I don't know, calm, but not dangerous enough this evening. Yeah, so there is the thing you can get the Stone of Tortoise, the XP disabler pocket item from the LOTRO store, but that is something you have to buy. But for me at least, I still like to earn XP, which this is actually slightly unrelated, but the background for this character, why I'm just doing the book quests and actually wanting to get XP and use XP boosters potentially in the future, I might even use my XP doublers. The reason I'm doing that is because if I did every quest, one, I would probably outlevel stuff, but two, trying to just get through the content, the important stuff with the Black Book of Mordor, important, mainly for the trait points, and it does help this character level up and kind of fun to go through. But how do you get to Dol Naig? Do I need to go west? I'm actually kind of forgetting. Hopefully not west, and I can get there from the east. Well, this is gonna be a long run. I think we already went to this camp. We got that one. So I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 in Almanfuin, and then 1 in Dol Naig. I'm trying to get the rare chest that's here in Dol Naig, is what I'm currently working on. It's dark here. I have my monitor brightness all the way up and I can hardly see. I think in game I even always have my ambient light all the way up just to help see. Wait, what did I not have enabled? Oh, distant landscape lighting. That was my least favorite thing. Although it makes, so the thing with distant landscape lighting is it makes some things look better that are nearby, oddly enough, at least to me. It makes some things that are nearby look better, like that. I think that actually looks better. But things that are in the distance, like a lot of those textures to me look significantly worse. Now, I will admit, in an area like this where it's a lot of dead textures, this actually doesn't look horrible. Right there, it degrades the quality quite a bit, but yeah. We actually dislike that feature. And yes, I do think the point of Mordor, even Mordor Besieged in the Second Age, the point is for it to be dark. So that seems to be accurate. My character, what is it, Alt F10, Alt F9? For the lantern, it never works for me. It used to be like a thing in the game. It's nighttime. That might have been a requirement, was it had to be like nighttime and you could turn your lantern on. But I can't even find it like in the keybinds. I have searched for it. It seems to be, I feel like I've gone crazy, but it just seems to be a removed feature. And I've noticed in maybe Gundabad and even Moria, it just seems to automatically be on, which is weird. When I search lantern, it's like a player light. I don't know if it's called lantern light. But yeah, don't see anything. Oh, I don't have volumetric sunlight. I wonder why I don't have that turned on. Oh, no idea. I don't think we're dealing with much sunlight right now, though. Okay, so it depends on the... Oh, it depends on area now, so plenty of spots won't allow its use. I remember... I feel like... I don't know, I just feel like I remember when I was like thinking about that feature a lot, using it in Dunland and Eregion back in the day. I don't know why those two specific areas, but they're like the two areas I am associating with. Actually, maybe Lothlorien as well, but those areas I'm associating with that feature. I do think, as I mentioned, Moria and Gundabad, which are two like indoor areas, so it makes sense to have a lantern. Okay, so we're looking for a rare chest. I can find the exact coordinates of it, but don't have them. Just general area up here. I believe it is going to be almost due north of where I am. We'll try to defeat 6 Dread Archers as well to get that side quest done. Expect it to be around this campfire. Oh, nope, right there. Out in the open. Also not sure that's quite a campfire. Oh, impressive flourish. Cannot do that from that far away. That would be a very impressive flourish instead. I was going to say Desolation would work, but it's also not that far range. Well, cats opened the curtains and then just left them open. I can feel her. I feel her trying to pull my hand in. She doesn't have her claws out. Uh-oh. The Witch King. Yikes. That one's even scarier than the Gloom of Nirn. I don't know, at least I feel like the Witch King of Ingmar is the scariest of them. Whew. I feel like it's a miracle this character lived. Okay, so we need to go up to the book quest area. I can get in the middle of Imlad, in the middle of the M. There's another one of these things, though. That is just a Cargul, not a Nazgul. Quest actions. That's my favorite. Oh, Armored Shadows. I remember loving this area just because of all the Armored Shadows. Reminds me of a little bit of that one place, Barid. Am I even right with Barid? Eventually the name will come to me. Barid Guldur. The raid? Well, mainly the raid is what it reminds me of, but just that general area. I don't think they're unique to the raid. If I remember correctly, all those armored guys are also in... I don't know why I'm trying to heal. Well, the heals are stronger. It has been a while since I've played the Warden with their buffed heals. I guess my mind just went automatically back to the heals being in their weak state. But I'm guessing we defeated enough of them, hopefully. And yes, all 9 Nazgul are walking around in Mordor Besieged. It's pretty neat. So with all 9 of them, there is actually a deed or quest or something, a daily, weekly, something like that that deals with the 9. And then if you complete that one time, or at least kill all of them one time, I forget exactly if you have to do the quest or what it is that completes the deed for you. But if you do that, it will unlock the Fallen King's instance. Oh, here's our rare Mordor chest. I kind of forgot about that at this point. Even these Cargul, though. They're just very menacing the way they walk. I forget exactly what's in the Fallen Kings, though. If it is the Nazgul again. I feel like it is, but it would make sense. I mean, that's what at least where the name came from. Since as far as I understand, the Nazgul are Fallen Kings. It would be pretty neat to have 2 accounts open at once and travel around 3rd Age Mordor and 2nd Age Mordor. Mordor Besieged in the zone and just see the differences or similarities. Something I haven't paid too much attention to, partially because I hardly remember Dora Marth. And if there are things like these ruins, I don't necessarily remember those here, but for all I know, there could be ruins like that, or just the progress of that type of stuff. Dingarth is significantly larger camp. That much I remember. It's like this little tiny camp. right there. It's even called Ruins of Dingarth instead of just Dingarth. Adambel and Ekad and Edhill. Don't think those are there. I feel like Amon Fuin would be, but I don't even remember that. Oh yeah, actually don't. Lugosh? Is that where Amon Fuin is? Seems like it. That might be that Ekad and Edhill area. This one. But yeah, that's the whole reason I need to revisit Dora Marth and would want to do that comparison. See all those differences. That's the thing, when I'm in an area like this that's so dark though, if I'm opening and closing my map a lot, it's a big difference in brightness. You need a dark mode for the map. And it's kind of funny if I edit videos or just go back, look at my recordings or a clip of a stream or something, and I'm traveling around often, I feel like I'm just opening and closing my map a lot. I try not to do it too much, but when I'm actually navigating, I'm like looking at my character, okay, see where I'm going, see what's going on, and then I close it, and then I travel a little bit and I open the map again to make sure I'm still on track. Defeat just the right number of enemies outside Halroth. It would be a shame if we defeated too many. Okay, what I'm curious is in what's in here. Oh, maybe we'll find that out later. The reason I was curious is I honestly forget what's in there. As a heads up, I have probably about half an hour to an hour more of playtime. That should be plenty of time, I think, to finish what I want to do in Mordor Besieged. Of course, not finish the entire thing. Got 5 more rare chests, got 2 more explorations to do. Wow, that's only 1,000 virtue XP. But got that. I wouldn't mind doing... Wait, learn of battles. I feel like that is a quest one. Here's the quest of Mordor Besieged. Which that one you have to do, I think, all side quests, making sure you get all the bounties and everything as well. It's a pretty strict deed. I'm guessing this one's to defeat enemies. It's just a weird way to phrase it. Not too many nor too few. That's what he said, and that was all. Okay, to me, that's way too few. Imlad, did we already go there? We did. Oh well, I can go here. There's plenty of enemies here. They're just fun to fight. Especially with the buffed Warden heals, I can use preservation and all that. It would be really interesting though if this quest automatically failed if you actually defeated whatever too many enemies was. If you defeated one more than what is necessary. It would probably be too annoying to implement the quest that way, but I would find it funny. Well, that fight actually did get a little bit dangerous. And we defeated enough enemies. I am silenced. How am I supposed to shout at enemies if I'm silenced? I'm a little bit surprised I could actually jump through that. Seems like in quite a few of those types of things in LOTRO they're invisible walled. Oh, inventory's full. I forgot about that. Yeah, still cosmetics. I also have a whole ton of potions that I don't really use that much. I don't even know why I have, like... Yeah, I was going to say these are probably some of them... Well, this one's bound to Melruthel, this one's bound to account, but like this one, one's just bound to account, one's purchased from store bound to account, which doesn't stack with regular bound to account. And probably got those from a free weekly coupon at some point. We're going back to Adam Bell. I could use, actually, I wonder what the status of my Warden musters is. I've already forgotten. I have Holtvist, that would be the most recent, so I do not have Mordor Besieged yet. But if there is a time to use my return home, I feel like this would be it, since we're so far away. So I will go ahead and use that. Probably can't loot those because my inventory is full. Do I have crafting? Yeah, I do have crafting stuff here. That should probably go to my bank alt. And anything else that can go to my bank alt that I'll actually remember to pick up. Which I actually don't see much, so I'll just do that. Oh, we have all those chests, all these things coming. Okay, we can destroy that. I could go ahead and sell. I'd like to keep the damage boost there, all these things. Hopeful Swan Kite. Oh, you could actually... That's interesting. If you could keep reclaiming to... Unless I could have gotten these duplicates from the collectors, but I don't think that's how that worked. But if you could just keep reclaiming to get the silver, it'd be very inefficient, but might be a way to generate money in the game. Got the wonderful model of Orthang. Go ahead and lock these potions, lock that thing. I do want to save that spear. The armor I will disenchant. Don't think I want to disenchant it yet because I got a lot of moats. Power potion I can save. So yeah, just end up saving a lot of this stuff anyway. Bowl of Kasha, might as well save that. For the bag to be so huge, first of all, I dragged the individual slots from all these bags into one. But otherwise, I think being VIP might give you bag slots, but there's... Yeah, I've just, like, over the years gotten as many bag slots as I can. So, yeah, probably some just from general acquisition. Wow, it's crazy how little... Just how much more damage the new allies do than old weapons, but I had to make sure they were appealing and that you'd want to use them. But just the DPS difference, this one's 122. Of course, the item level is 387, but... Still significantly less damage. Okay, sold that stuff, got 2 gold. Wonderful. I did not realize this character was this rich either, 739 total. I don't really buy anything, and I honestly, besides vendor, don't really sell anything. So it's just like true slow accumulation.
Soldier. I'm glad you have returned.
Oh, we got a... I almost called him Vermichill. I don't know why, but I feel like I've made that same mix-up before. Journeyman journals, if I remember correctly, scholars craft those. But that would probably be why. Any type of journal like that, again, if I remember correctly, it's scholars that craft those. And they're usually not that appealing. I would guess one reason is because people don't want to spend all the resources and time to get a journeyman journal. for something that's probably going to be replaced relatively quickly, and also for people crafting their own thing, I imagine a good portion of people that do that crafting would use, even outside of guild recipes. Try to find something that's actually relevant to that, but they would use a universal ingredient pack. And then as far as critting, yeah, I either think it's not worth it or just use universal optional crafting ingredient thing. But yeah, they're such a niche item that I don't think many people would sell them on the auction house, especially considering how I imagine they're at least not the easiest to craft or most appealing to craft. I feel like we've done this before. Wonder what the height of this is. How do you change the size of your UI windows? Yeah, so that is one issue with LOTRO. Not everything you can scale. The inventory and... yeah, the inventory is the most notable one. I play on 1440p and I actually find this the perfect size, but I know for a lot of people they're a little bit small. So yeah, as far as the UI sliders go, not everything is there. I still have Companion Vital small. I used to have the Raid Vital small. I used to have the mini-map small, but since I switched to 1440p, it's relatively decent size. But yeah, I used to have to go down here because it was like so big at 1080p. If you want it to take up almost your whole screen. It might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, one problem is all this stuff is raster graphics, so it doesn't scale well, doesn't maintain quality, essentially its resolution as it scales. And yes, they did remove 10 ore nodes, as Harbane says it's at the supplier. Oh, so yeah, that would definitely, Redneck Adventures, that would definitely explain why not many people make those. It's been so long since I've done Scholar, I honestly forgot, but one-time use recipe and require a shard. That is really annoying to craft, and again, the reason you would want those to get just crit chance, extra crit chance. On these things that people I think would typically either try to craft with the guild, which is what I would do, or if not, use the universal optional crafting ingredient, which you can get from tasks, I think once a week or once a day per character, something like that, turning in 10 tasks a week, I think. Oh, 32-inch 1378 by 768. So yeah, it could be, well, yeah, a lot of the size of things is relative to resolution. I think this might mess things up in OBS, but we can actually investigate what happens if I go to windowed, and here I'm at, I'm at 1080p. I actually set this specifically for a video. So if I go to 1080p, this is the size of the UI. If I go to 600p, oh my. If I go to 600p, this just looks all messed up, but that would be the size of things. Also for me, if y'all are wondering, when I switch to 1080p, it only takes up 1920 by 1080 pixels, like I have outside of the game, like my monitor. The game does not take up my full monitor, that's what I'm trying to say. 2880 by 1620. What? Oh, custom. It doesn't actually let me select that. Like, it lets me select that, but it doesn't go there. Okay, anyway. So yeah, actually, when I recorded that video going over the tutorial of the new gifts and the such, I was actually playing on, for me, a relatively small screen because it only took up a portion of my monitor. There we go. It's kind of neat that OBS works with that and automatically scales. That's probably some setting that I had to keep it that way, but that was nice. Oh, gotta sit. I feel like I remember this, not just because of the sitting, but speaking of happier things, I think I remember that line. How do you move your ability bar to the right side of the screen? So that would be with control backslash, like a lot of things on the UI. Just like move it around. And I prefer it to be on the right. It's actually so small I can't even tell if it's in the right spot. Oh, we completed it. Oh, we're still on a bad birthday. Oh, it was a bad birthday. That took forever to get through. Oh. Wow. I just randomly ended up in the Vales of Anduin. Technically, my character has actually been in the Vales of Anduin the entire time. I was just listening to a story that whole time and made my character experience it as my character. I personally think that's a great way to get these things to work, to take you to things that otherwise wouldn't make any sense for your character to be in. This is a solo quest. I guess it's a good thing that I'm playing solo today. Oh, and how to get those, if you're wondering how to get those vertical, if yours are maybe horizontal, that's probably somewhere in the quick slots. It's like dock them and then make them horizontal. I have all of them undocked, actually. Even though docking them puts them in this position, the reason I have them undocked is because I actually swapped the shift and control bar. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to my character's regular stuff. Oh no. This actually isn't a horrible time for lag, but it's like I'm not in danger of dying, but it's like I was just getting to exciting combat and didn't get to hit anything. I think because this is an escort quest, I do technically have to stay a little bit close to Glorfindel or it'll auto-fail, so... Did I just crit for 414k? Am I crazy? That was 414k. Alright, what sort of buffs do I have? Plus 900% damage? That would explain it. Glanothrym Inspiration. Doing so much damage, I keep lagging and using bad gamuts, but they do a ton of damage anyway. Target is already dead. I would actually believe that. Oh, hey. Here's some random elves. He doesn't look too bad, but she just looks like totally bored. Him a little bit. Their textures aren't as low quality as some of the others. There's also this random evil looking hound joining us. Oh yeah, so for the horizontal... Yeah, it said that you can make them horizontal or vertical. As far as... Oh, I gotta talk to Glorfindel. As far as the armor durability thing, I actually used to hide that behind my minimap just because I hated seeing it. But it was like valuable information, but it was in the way. Let's see. I actually thought it was here, but it might not be. There are a few things that aren't included in this. I wonder if this is my chance to get a 1 million crit with the Warden. Probably not. I don't know if Luiden has gotten close to a 1 million crit. I kind of doubt he has. Although I think some champions and hunter, maybe other classes, could get up to 1 million even at 130. If I remember correctly. The only plugin that I use is combat analysis. And I'm like not even using that now, so typically I am not using any. It's something I was planning on trying plugins this year as a whole sort of thing. I still could, technically. This was going to be the year of the plugins for me. What kind of outfits do I use on my characters? Usually the kind of outfits I use are sets. I don't like to have to piece together random pieces to make my own set. I like sets that are already in the game and just use those. And then typically dye them to colors I like. Lately, I have not been a fan of cloaks, so I have not used cloaks on any characters in a long while. So I've been choosing outfits that I think the back doesn't look horrible, so it doesn't look bad without a cloak, essentially. And this current outfit on this character is all sort of messed up, so to speak, but I have not dyed the main armor yet, and once I decide what color I want to dye it and I get the dyes and actually dye it, then I will dye probably my Warden's pack for this character. That's just what I use. So I will dye the Warden's pack and perhaps change my shield based on that. If I go with the green like I was potentially thinking, especially a little bit darker green, then that's what I would do for the Warden's pack. But I would have to try to find a shield that matches that, because I currently have a really good blue shield in this outfit. And then I have this kind of goldish gray one, but yeah, this is my red shield, which doesn't go great with this outfit. And then otherwise for other characters, it's pretty similar. I don't really use the Warden's pack on them because they're not Wardens, but I could. I like quivers for my hunter for their back item. And I like backpacks usually to have something on my back for other characters typically. But yeah, just trying different things really. And then cloaks for the back, and pretty similar with other characters, trying to keep it thematic towards what they're doing, where they are, what class they are. Yeah, I honestly should make an updated video on Warden. I don't even know if my latest virtue... I think I had a video on virtues, if that one's even fully up to date. I do have a generic video actually on virtues for DPS / leveling, and all of that would be relevant towards Red Warden. Yeah, I remember this place was the Barad-dûr. We actually do go in Barad-dûr, just not on the landscape. Okay, so I have to speak with an elf outside the upper chambers. Oh, I wanted to go downstairs. Technically... Oh, it actually lets me jump. Oh my, this could be bad. This might have me restart the instance. Oh no. I didn't think it would actually let me jump. I wanted to jump. Oops. But yeah. So I'm glad I got to jump. But now I might have to restart that whole thing. Oopsies. Spear or sword? Technically sword, I think is still slightly better than spear. But difference is overall pretty small. I use spear just because I like spears better. Gambit Master. I should be called like Jump Master. As an update, I don't think I'll be getting to the minstrel today. I forgot about all the stuff in, I guess it's book 12. Or is it, maybe it's chapter 12. Because it is chapter 12.4. But also chapter 12.4 could be referring to book 12, chapter 4. But it is also only the Black Book of Mordor, it's a single book. But maybe it's a book that has books in it. There is a way to change your gender. I think you could do a race change, and I think you could only change the gender of your character during a race change. Like, you can make them the same race but different gender. That was a pretty neat time. I think it's almost morning-ish. I need some screenshots of this character with the updated outfit and preferably action-y. Just making a good YouTube face for a moment there on the fall.
Listen now.
That is true if you're a dwarf. Just buy a dress. At least in my experience, it's kind of crazy how many people play female dwarves before stat axes were a thing. But yeah, looks like we'll have to go through this again. I think lesson learned is that we should continue to try to jump places. If we have enough time to redo everything we already did. I mean, I just want to go to the bottom of Barad-dûr. Which, if I remember correctly, is where the Abyss of Mordath is. I was curious what that looked like back in the Second Age. Yeah, I think the reason that you can select female and male for stat axes is just because people wanted the difference. Because if I remember correctly, there isn't a difference in the way they look, or the options they have, at least. Cat has awoken. And you might have been napping like half an hour even. I've been saying this for over a year, but I have been needing to update a Warden guide. I did a 7 tips one. As far as I know, all those tips would be relevant, but I think an updated one on gambits would probably be the most useful. Like what gambits I regularly use in combat, aka spam range resounding challenge over and over. Don't really spam it, but spam it to pull things. I'll like that's really my Warden rotation, is range resounding challenge to pull one mob, then, or a group of mobs, then just keep doing that. Lindolin. For at least in Nor, the lag isn't too bad. I haven't played Arkenstone since actually I haven't played Arkenstone since December to know what it's like there. Get my water bottle down. I guess she's reminding me to drink. She's sniffing my water like it's extra tasty water. kind of funny. She also does the same thing with milk though, but just never drinks it. She just like sniffing it. Oh, I could see Laurelin being laggy, especially once you get to concerts and this stuff. Oh yeah, I did do the review of the written guide, which is still, I think even at this point, the review of it is on the slightly outdated end. And we got cat rubbing against the microphone again. Nice and pointy. And for her to make me feel like I have to pet her. But now's the time. Hello? Or did I already say hello? I recognize that name, so I feel like I would have. But thank you for joining this stream all the way from the Netherlands. Glad you're enjoying the content. That is true. No better time than now. The thing with the guides, I think I mentioned this before, but I feel like as I have progressed with my YouTube channel, I've become a little bit more... What's the right word? Pushing more towards like higher production quality, and I just feel like some of the older guides I did were not great in terms of that, but maybe they weren't that bad. I guess my biggest issue with the videos is I always feel like they take so long to do, or the videos themselves are so long, but people say that they're helpful, so maybe that's something I just have to drop. If people are finding them helpful, then that's like what matters. Okay, trying to summon my Elmo town. There we go. Now it won't even let me in Barad-dûr. Chamber. Oh, they probably mean Ask Edmonzel. Wonder if I've heard that referred to as chamber before. Alright, we turn right? Nope. Going too slow. Oh. Were they just there to scare me? Oh, they're just like dying. I'm too scary. Oh, this is the top. I was going to say this isn't quite the top, but at least the top is being blocked. This is just the upper reaches, not the uppest. Yeah, man. Oh, profession for a newbie. I often recommend Explorer, which is not what this character is, but Explorer is great because you can gather logs and ores. Oh yeah, I remember this part. But you can gather logs and ores, and you can craft at least light and medium armor, which isn't helpful if you're a heavy armor character. That's where you could consider going with maybe something like Metalsmith, because you can make heavy armor and you can at least gather with Prospector. But for all my characters, really, I tend to like Explorer just for the gathering aspect of it. And yeah, for Yeoman, I forget exactly what Yeoman is. This character is Woodsman, and I do that for the Woodworker, which I don't really use all too much anymore. I think for Minas Ithil, Warden carvings, that would be the main thing I actually craft, is Warden carving. So, yeah, the thing with guides is they are usually a huge time investment. That's one thing I found with actually reviews. unrelated to guides, somewhat unrelated. Sometimes reviews can be a little bit oddly guide-like. Is that Glorfindel? It sure is. Okay, let's follow him. The thing with reviews is my recent review videos that I have done regarding either certain things in LOTRO or whatever, like update 32-ish? Yeah, update 32. Have not done that well, especially for the time investment they require. I think even starting the War of Three Peaks one was okay. I still feel like that's one of the best thumbnails I've ever made, was the War of Three Peaks review. Otherwise, yeah, I will say my Gundabad first impressions video did pretty decent. But a lot of my other general review, like zone or update review videos, have not done too great. But as far as guides go, they're a little bit interesting in terms of viewership, because usually they are videos that won't get a ton of views early on. But then after a while, they'll slowly add up in terms of views, because people will, like, for example, search Warden guide, and then it'll slowly boost up from that. But initially, if people aren't interested in a Warden guide, then it won't get a bunch of views early on. Oh, this is actually Sauron. That's how little attention I'm paying. I didn't even realize we were talking to Sauron here. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, his teeth aren't symmetric enough for me. He only has 3.5 million health. Considering I was very easily critting for 400k. That's a little bit of a weird helmet. I would have. Usage would have to agree. Oh, yikes. Is that a fancy Hulkasaur thing? This is a Vandasaur. I'm guessing they could not use the Peter Jackson one. And Harrison, I play on pretty much mostly on an ore nowadays. I don't see myself really actually returning to Arkenstone in the future, depending at least what happens to an ore. Oh. I don't want to fail the quest. Where are we escaping to? Down here? I only have 18 seconds. This is actually slightly scary. Okay, let's go. Am I going the right way? Hopefully. Do I go here? Yes, I do. Wow. A time limit for a quest has never been so scary. 5 seconds left. Especially considering how long this was. Remember, this started with the part before I even jumped. I guess it's fitting that when we finally meet Sauron, that that's the toughest quest of them all. Paying attention enough to realize I have to book it out of there. He is just relentless. Also, for classes that aren't the Warden, those are typically the guides that take a lot longer, but it is true that even though a lot of time with guides is spent in the guide recording, they often take less time to edit, especially the class guides. There's often a lot of time in preparing for them. Like even right now, I'd consider doing a minstrel guide. I know I haven't leveled my minstrel enough to even get to the end of the red line though. That is one problem. I would like to do that first. But yeah, logging in and doing a bunch of testing or whatever, and making sure I really understand all the way things work with all the different traits and how different things affect different things. Would log into my minstrel and Arkenstone that's like 121-ish. To do all that stuff, it would definitely be a bit time consuming. But yeah, with a class like the Warden, it wouldn't be as bad. Dwarf should be wardens. The whole concept of Mithril Guard was built around the concept of border guards, lighter armored skirmishers. Yeah, I could somewhat see. Oh, we're still in an instance. Interesting. I could sort of see that working, but honestly, if Wardens were ever a thing, I would definitely make one. Back in the day, I used to say that would be the one thing that would get me to finally play a Dwarf as a Dwarf Warden, also known as Dwarden. But then the Brawler came out and I decided to make that one a Dwarf. I believe we are headed to that one place next, Morgul Vale. Question is, don't even think I want any of these. No, it has critical rating. But with all that crit rating, I think I want this. I'll lose some vitality, but I think I have plenty of health. Don't care about the finesse. Don't care about the evade rating either. But all that crit is so appealing. Oh, I thought I leveled up. I guess not. I wonder what made me think that. Oh, that I got a trait point maybe? I'm like 19,000 XP away from leveling. But I think, as that quest maybe said, the end of the road, is that what it's called? Actually, I don't remember. Oh, end of the tale. As that was the end of the tale, this will be the end of the stream. So I'm actually not sure. We'll see. There's a possibility that I will get 122 today, but I might have to wait till, I was going to say tomorrow for that, but probably won't play tomorrow. I might play Friday. Things are, at least for the summer, could be good to try. Well, not try, but get to streaming a little bit more frequently, I think could be possible at the start of the summer. I said could be, but then I mentioned I expect to be moving, don't know exactly when, but in the next month or two. So I could throw a wrench into that. Anyway, I need to go to Holtvist, I believe. And then it said, what, 2 years of peace. Wow. It's been 2 years since the events of the end of Volume 4. I believe the Stable Master is up north here, and then we'll talk to Grandmioran at the Bearwarning Husk. Hoos. I think it is Hoos, but I always tend to call it Huss on accident. And I'm also guessing that it's called Beorning Hoos to sound a little bit like house. Maybe. Yeah, pretty much he's top priority gambits before anything else. So, like, as far as DPS gambits go, I just would use the ones that do the highest damage first, which is often range resounding challenge. Oh, we actually have to collect stuff and defeat wargs and the such. forgot about that. It's somewhat coming back to me, but yeah. I think that is something I will save for later, though. Maybe we can get a good pocket item out of it. As far as next stream, that type of stuff. Friday. Yeah, so Friday's the potential target. I'll have to see exactly what the plan is with the connectivity, but I would like to join that. I would like to stream it, so unless there's something else going on that I'm not aware of, I should actually be able to play again Friday. It's kind of crazy to think I can play more than like once a week now, but yeah, hopefully can do that. And otherwise, maybe on the weekend I could do another minstrel leveling because I'm still interested in that character and wanting to play him. So that's something to look out for as well. And again, working on the leveling guide and maybe some class guides here. Otherwise, I think that's all I really have to update with things. Otherwise, as far as this stream goes, I had fun getting this character out of, it's kind of weird to say it like that, having fun getting them like out of something, but getting them out of Mordor Besieged and wrapping up the book quest as far as that goes. I didn't actually get all the rare Mordor chests. Might go back and do that, but we will see. Otherwise, excited to also in the future to get to Imlad Morgul and see where that takes us with the book quests. As far as trait points go for this character, a little bit curious. I'm at 92. And yeah, hopefully can get at least 4 levels out of that. And if we run the instances, hopefully I can actually unlock them. That's the type of stuff that I need to check. But even if I can't play the Warden, potentially could do Minstrel on Friday. So yeah. And on that note, if you all did enjoy this, please consider liking and subscribing for more or becoming a channel member to support the content. Thanks everyone for joining, chatting,